Hello fellow jammies, Henning Pauli here again, and today I'm trying to show you how to record yourself for jams using an Android device. It could be your cell phone, in this case we have a Google Nexus 7, oops, it's flying away. A Google Nexus 7 small tablet, right here, 7-inch. Fairly inexpensive, definitely under the iPad, but actually right now it's on top of the iPad. Please notice the, irony that I'm using my iPad 3 as a stand for the Google. So you still need an iPad, if you want this at the right angle, of course. So it's right there, and we're gonna use the built-in mic to record. I'm using an output so that you can hear what I'm doing, but I'm using headphones, so you won't hear the backing track in the room. The backing track is on my ears. And there's a guitar, Steve Morse, and a little Fender amp. Don't crank it up too loud, because that will be a problem. The mic distorts fairly easily, so you have to have your amp on a decent volume. And by decent, I mean, a low volume. So, what do we need for this? You need 3 apps. You need Firefox, because the built-in Chrome app that this Google has, although very nice, can't get you all the way through the process. At the very end, when you have to upload, it gets stuck. It might just be this device, it might be something else, but that's definitely something that you will need. You need Firefox, because with Firefox it works. You need the file converter, which is a simple MP3 converter. It can convert many files to other many files, but at the moment Jammmz only accepts MP3s. That will change in the future when we will accept many different file types. So if you're watching this and we already accept many different file types, ignore the file conversion process, and you're in the future looking into the past, which means you've also invented a time machine. And that is me being very, very lame. And today we're using a digital audio workstation called Audio Evolution, DAW. That stands for Digital Audio Workstation. So we're gonna do, not the mic records everything and you have the speakers on approach. We're gonna do it a little bit better. And right here, these are the apps you need. You need File Converter. You can get that in your App Store or Google Play Store, or whatever it is called on Android. You need the Audio Evolution Mobile DAW, which is I think $5.50 or something, so it's not extremely expensive for what it does. And you need Firefox, which is free. Okay, so we're gonna get started right away. We're gonna go into Firefox. And I'm gonna log into my Jammmz account. Hello. Here we go. There, I'm actually already logged in. Guitar got 1000. Great. And we're gonna go to basic lead guitar techniques. They're always nice for showing these techniques to record. And we're gonna go to slides up easy, because I know how to play it. So here, of course, you can listen to the track. You can look at Ace playing it.
Hey, welcome to Jammmz. This time we're gonna do...
Very nice. And then you can download the backing track. And it says it's starting, and up here, up here in the corner, you can see that it's downloading. So we're gonna leave, and it should already be downloaded. So now we're going into Audio Evolution. So here in Audio Evolution, one of the first things you want to do is make sure that the latency correction is working. And how that works is, you simply have your device. We're going to try this. I'm going to unplug the headphones. You go to More up here in the corner. And if you record for the first time, it's going to prompt you to do this anyway. Then you go on Help, and at the very bottom it says Determine Latency. Now they tell you what latency is. Latency is the time difference between when the device outputs something and when it records it. There's always some processing involved, and that processing takes time. So what you record isn't necessarily, very tight. So we're gonna have it do a test now. You need a quiet environment, and it's actually gonna set the latency for you. So that's how it works. So it finished the test. That took about, half a minute. It's telling me all this, but I just wanted to apply the correction by itself, which it now did. So on track 1, it's got that beep that it did, and I can actually kill that by going remove and remove. Okay, so I'm on track 1, and now I want to import the backing track. Import audio sample, which we're gonna do. There we are. As you could see, for some reason, it changed the name of the file. It wasn't the actual name, it was like -3 MP3, which is a little bit annoying, but you just have to keep track of what you already used. So I'm gonna move this onto track 1, all the way on the left. Down here you can scroll, okay? And when you hit play, great. So track 2 is already there, it was created, but once you start a recording, it will create a track for you automatically. Or you go to next and the other tracks, and by tapping into the dark area and holding longer, you create another track. So there we go. Okay. All I'm gonna do now is just play along to that and hit record. Again, make sure the volume is not too high. And you have to arm that track. Arming means putting it in record, otherwise it's going to create a new one. Oh, I did record. Huh. Look at me being stupid, because record wasn't on. So, and again. Yeah, you also have to know how to play this. You're gonna probably do this for some challenges an awful lot. So I'm gonna do it wrong again. So what you do is, you hit remove, click on this, go back to scroll, and do it again. And there's my file. So now we can listen. Where's the thing going? Now we can listen to just this one. Gonna go to track 1 and hit mute and only listen to what we just recorded. You hear a lot of the guitar, but that's just the nature of the beast. That's what happens. So I can zoom in. No, I want to zoom in like this. I can also zoom in like this. That is neat. And I'm going to trim it a little bit. So I go to edit. Oh. I don't want the noise at the beginning. Oh, that was wrong. Undo. I'm going to trim this in the back a bit because we don't need all that. So let's see how it sounds if we put both of them together, if they're in sync. yes, they're both in sync. So great. That latency correction absolutely worked. Now we're going to export it. You're going to do that under Project, Mixdown Project. And we're going to give it a name that is Challenge 3. 16-bit, WAV. You know, you can do other file formats, but WAV is probably the best thing because we can't get an MP3 right out of this program anyway. Because MP3 exporting costs the manufacturer of the program money. Okay, and it's telling me that it's in this location, in the Audio Evolution Project's Audio Latency Test Samples Challenge 3. It put it in the Audio Latency Test folder because I didn't make a new project. If you make a new project with the correct name, like Challenge 3 project or something, it will put it in that folder. But now we have to look at it in the Audio Latency Test folder. Good. Now we're opening File Converter. We go into Audio, and I select the file, and I browse, and it is, let's see, it'll look like this. There's Audio Evolution. This is slipping. Projects, Audio Latency Test, Samples, Challenge 3 WAV. There we go. Okay, I want to do an MP3. I already set that. And the destination, why not? Same place, just as an MP3. Optional settings, I'm going to make the audio bitrate higher, like 160. And I'm starting the conversion. And it is done. You can even now say under More to delete the source file, which is a good idea so you don't have those big waves lying around. Okay. We're going back to Firefox. Okay, now we're ready for the upload. And I'm back in Firefox. You're going to go to Browse and pick Quick Office. Should just say, folders, but hey, it's not that easy. So where are we? I'm going to go to Audio Evolution. And then we're going to go to Projects, Audio Latency, Samples. And in here, we've got Challenge 3 MP3, and I pick this one. Shows up right there. And I hit upload. And that's it. It is uploaded. All you have to do now is wait for people to vote on it. And up here under My Pages, My Pending Solutions, we can see Slides Up Easy. You can view the solution. Right now no one has voted on it. And we can listen to it again. And it should be the file that we just recorded. Now this seems like a lot of steps and very complicated, but I guarantee you, if you've done it once or twice, you will get the hang of it and you know exactly where to look for your files, where they get dropped, where to pull them from, and you have the right distance to your speaker and all this, and then it's simply a matter of doing it, and you don't even think about the steps anymore. So luckily, I figured them out for you, and now it's up to you to actually practice and get that stuff down and record for us. So, go right ahead. Upload. Now.